Well, this month we get to visit the beautiful new Alabaster Police Station. Now, Chief, this has been a long time coming, and I know that this has been a labor of love for the department, right?
That's right. It really has, and we're very excited to be here. We've been here about 14 months now,
right.
And all of us have really enjoyed being here.
I know you have. I mean, coming from such a small space right there on 31 to just this beautiful state-of-the-art facility, right? And I know you've seen it. You've been driving by for more than a year, seeing it coming up, and then seeing them be able to come in and utilize the space. It's just been so awesome. So right now we're in the lobby, right? So tell me what this space is used for.
That's correct. We're in the lobby, and this is where most citizens, this is what they'll see when they come in. And it's very open. There's a lot of glass here, and that's what kind of what we wanted is a very transparent view when they come in, very open. And they'll come in here, and this is what they'll see. This is the records is right behind us. When they come in, this is what where you would go to get a copy of a rec report, copy of an accident report, or if you wanted to speak to an officer, you would come here and ask to speak to an officer, and then you would go inside and see someone.
Okay, so this is a beautiful, welcoming space, but I think there's a lot more space we could check out, Chief. You want to go do that?
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Let's do it. So this is comms?
This is what we call comms. This is the communications center, okay? And we have a lot going on in here. Let me show you what we have.
All right, let's go.
All right, this is kind of the center point of the building right here. We have a lot going on in here. We have a communications person in here 24 hours a day. This is a secure area. This building, this part of the building is reinforced concrete and steel. So if we have we have to operate an emergency operations center situation where there's a tornado coming this way, you'll find myself as well as the fire chief and the mayor and some other department heads will work out of here. We have, as you can see, 60 plus cameras throughout the city where we can monitor different locations throughout the city, and we can run the whole city from this particular room.
Wow. So this is a very important piece of the puzzle here, right?
We can live here. There's actually bunk beds back there. There's a kitchen. We can survive right here if we had to. If we had a bad tornado that came through here, ice storm or whatever, we can survive right here and work, and the city can function from this particular room right here. Okay, Nicole, this is our multi-purpose room, and the reason we call it that is because we can do many different things in this room. We hold press conferences here. I swear in new officers here. We do training here. We have meetings here. There's a lot of different things that we can do here. We can move all these tables out back in the closet, and the chairs back there in the closet, and we can wrestle in here. We can do whatever we want to do.
Whatever the situation calls for.
Whatever it calls for, we can do in this room. But we do hold a lot of meetings in here, and it's just that's why we call it the multi-purpose room.
Perfect.
And it works out great for us. Nicole, when we first talked about building a new facility, I talked to a lot of the officers, and we kind of surveyed everybody, and one of the things everybody wanted was a fitness room, a place they could go to relax and work out and spend time in, and so that's one thing we were able to do here, and this is our new fitness room. We got some top of the line equipment here, and we're very excited about this, and officers are always in here working out after even during their lunch break. Sometimes they'll come in here and knock out a few exercises, or after work or before work they'll come in here and work out, and so they get a lot out of that.
I think that's so great too. We want our officers to be in top shape. We want them to be healthy, and so giving them a space to do that makes it convenient for them, I think it's wonderful.
Yes, yeah. We have a men's locker room area, and we have a women's locker room area, and the females locker room area is not quite as big as this one because we don't have quite as many female officers.
Right.
But this is the the men's locker room here that we're standing in. Each officer has his own locker, and he can keep extra uniforms and clothes and boots and things like that in his locker. And they enjoy that. And so when they want to go work out or have to get a uniform dirty, they can come in here and change and do that. So
have a little bit of home here
that's
too,
right. Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. Nicole, this is Lieutenant Daniel Goodwin. He is over Special Investigations Division, and he's going to explain a little bit about what he does and where we are now and the capabilities of what they do here.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
This is Special Investigations Division, so we receive, process, store for court any evidence that's collected by our police officers or our detectives in the course of their duties.
Gotcha.
We also process traffic homicide investigations or serious accidents where there are potential criminal charges. In just a few minutes, I'll show you the vault here, but this is the central area. This is where we package up everything. This is where we keep our supply room. If you want to walk this way for me, I'll show you our drying chamber. We're really excited about it. It is the best one in the county. We just got it in. We're super excited about it. If you want to walk in here, I'll turn the light on for you. This is where we can dry and store any type of biological evidence. We can securely dry it in a way that's perfect for court. It's forensically sound, and it's something we're really excited to have the capability of.
I mean, what a difference I would assume from previous
Yes.
location to here, right?
So my previous office that I shared with Corporal St. Pierre was the size of this room in its entirety.
The
and so,
whole thing.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. And so it is much nicer. This is our digital lab. So everybody's got phones, computers, things like that. We can examine and find all evidence on computers, phones, drones, car infotainment systems, airbag control modules, basically any kind of thing that's connected to the internet, we can examine it, and we do so in this room in there. So
It's wonderful.
this is just general office space, and I'll show you our evidence vault. So this is this is kind of one of the things I'm most proud of.
Okay.
So if y'all want to walk in here for me,
Oh, wow. I feel like I'm on a TV show in here.
No, it's sort of like that, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So in this case, in this locked off area is things that are required federally and by the state of Alabama that we have to keep extra secure control of.
Correct. Okay.
And then this behind there in the gray stand-up rolling racks is just general evidence, found property, things that we have that we try to find the owner, or anything that we have to keep for court.
Gotcha. Okay. And wow, what a facility this is.
Yes, ma'am. It is
I can
amazing.
tell you're very excited about having all of this resource at your fingertips.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. It has been a long time coming, and we couldn't be happier.
What a gift,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Nicole, this is our secure processing area. This is where we bring people that have been placed under arrest, and we process them here. Now, nobody ever spends the night here in this area. We just process them. When I mean process is we'll take their fingerprints, we'll picture them, and we'll do the paperwork, and then we transport them to the county jail. So they may stay here for an hour or two, something like that, but then they're gonna go to the county jail.
This is just a holding place.
This is just a holding place just for processing,
Okay.
but nobody spends the night here.
Gotcha.
So they'll go from Sallyport, which we'll see in a little bit. They'll come in here and they're processed, and then they're transported later.
Okay.
Nicole, this is what we call the Sallyport. This is where officers will come in this side and park here when they're transporting individuals who need to be processed. And then once they're done, they'll back up and go out this door, headed to the county jail.
And this leads directly into the holding area where you're processing.
That's correct.
Perfect.
Yes, and we can also go in another door to go in offices in the main part of the building through this other door.
I know it's great that it's a private space, doors closed, come in, do what you need, then leave.
That's correct. We can actually fit, I think, 8 Tahoes in here if we had to.
Yeah.
You know, like bad weather sometimes. You know, so we'll park some in here if they say it's going to hail.
Yeah. We don't want to mess up those cars.
That's right. You know, so we try to get as many as we can to get in here so we don't get any of them damaged. So.
Love it. Well, glad we have the space then.
That's right. This is the evidence bay, and we store vehicles in here that may have been involved in a crime,
Okay.
and we process them in here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what we can do here, Nicole, is we'll pull a car in here or have a wrecker pull a car in here that's been involved in a crime and needs to be processed by our evidence investigators, and they'll process that scene or process that vehicle, and we can put it on this lift. We're the only people around who have this lift, so a lot of times you have to look up underneath the vehicle to see what's there. So we'll put it on this lift and lift it up, and our investigators can look under the vehicle and see what they need to.
What a great resource for them to have.
Absolutely. So we're very fortunate to have this. We're
Yes.
the only department around that's got this. And then when we're done with it, we can secure it in here until we need it for court if we have to.
Right.
So depending on the crime. So we'll secure this vehicle in here and until we need it. This is our break area, and it's very nice. And this is where officers will come in and they'll heat up their meals for lunch or dinner, depending on when they're working. And we have refrigerators here. We have an ice machine. They can cook something up, and they can sit here at one of these tables and eat their meals, watch TV for a few minutes, and relax and take a break. And they really enjoy this area. Nicole, this is the roll call room, and it's initially designed for when officers change shifts. This is where they would meet. The day shift and the night shift would meet, and they would exchange information.
Right.
But in reality, the officers preferred to meet in the break room.
Yeah.
So it was more comfortable for them.
Yeah.
So what we pretty much have done is we hold a lot of classes in here. So we have classes that we hold, and we bring officers from outside agencies and of course our officers, and we do training in here. And we hold classes, and we'll have classes every month, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
We're upstairs on the second floor now, Nicole, and we have, actually there's 2 different sides to the second floor of the building. There's the administrative side, which is where we're standing now, and then there's the criminal investigation division side that's on the other side. So we'll go through the administrative side.
Let's do it.
First, okay? Nicole, I want to explain this area right here. This is kind of a wide open area. When we first started construction on this and designing this, the building, we went and visited other departments, and a lot of those chiefs would tell me, hey, when we moved in our building, it was too small the day we moved in, or 6 months later, it was too small.
Right.
So I went to the mayor and council and said, hey, we want to make sure that we add some extra growth in our building. We don't want it to be too small and have to add on a few years later and cost millions of dollars. So that's what we did. And that's what this area here is. This is for future growth.
Okay.
This area, and we have some additional area on the criminal investigation side for future growth. So if, a couple years down the road, we decide we need more office space or storage or whatever, we can come in and just remodel this and add that to this big open area or the other side. Instead of adding an addition to the building at millions of dollars, we can just spend thousands of dollars and add it here. And this building will last for decades and not have to cost the taxpayer millions of dollars. Just,
very smart.
Just thousands.
Good use of our resources.
I thought so.
Yes.
Yeah. This is where the drone unit works out of, and they're doing interviews in this office here right now.
This one's
And
for you.
it's a conference room, actually, an extra conference room.
More room for growth?
More room for growth.
I think that's such a good idea.
Oh, and actually, we're going to turn here. But that's what this is. All of this is additional room for growth in the future. And I really thought that was important for us to do. And I'm very grateful that the mayor and council approved for us to have this, because I do feel like in a few years, we're probably going to have to come in here and build off a section for storage or office space, because the city's growing, as everybody knows. And we'll probably need additional personnel or things like that. You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But as everybody knows, like I said, the city's growing, and when the city grows, the departments grow.
Absolutely.
So I think it'll save us a lot of money
Me too.
in the future. Okay, Nicole, this is the Criminal Investigation Division. This is where our detectives work out of, and we have a criminal analyst that also works in there. And this is where these are the guys who
Getting it done.
These are the guys that keep us off of Fox News and CNN.
Yeah.
These are the guys that solve the crimes, and they're very good
They
at it.
do a good job.
Yes, they do. Okay, this is where the detectives work out of. They each have a cubicle space. They design this themselves. This is how they want it. It works best for them because they can, when one of them's working on one case and they start talking about it, they collaborate, and when
Right.
one hears one thing said about one case, it helps them with another. So they talk back and forth, and it's really, instead of having separate offices, this is what they wanted, so they can share information. We have an analyst that sits right here. He does fantastic work. He's Johnny on the spot with a lot of information that's very helpful to them. They work very hard.
I love this sign on his desk that says everything is figure-outable.
Yeah.
And it is, right?
Yeah.
They're going to make it happen.
And that's what he does. He does a good job with that.
Very good.
Yeah. This is the war room. We'll call it the war room. If I guess the lights
There we
come
go.
on.
The lights are magic, Chief.
Yeah. If we're working a big case, it's a long case, and they'll work it out of here. This is a smart board, and they can put the entire case on this smart board, and they can leave it up there, and they can work it in here. And if you notice that the glass is frosted, if nobody needs to be involved in this case,
Right.
2 or 3 different detectives, they'll work it out of here if it's a very sensitive case, and they'll have the whole case up here on this board.
They're going to war in this room.
Figure
Figure
that's right.
this case
And
out. Yeah.
I've seen them work cases 20 hours a day for a week, and they get on 4
Wow.
hours sleep until they catch the bad guy.
I love it.
Yeah, they do great work.
Yes. So, Chief, we have walked through this incredible building. I know this has helped you in ways beyond our imagination, but what do you feel like has been the most beneficial things that have helped having this new building?
Well, I think it's helped with morale with our officers. They're very excited about working out of this building. They're very appreciative. It's also helped with recruiting new officers, new employees to come to work here. They see this building, they see what we have, and they want to be a part of it. So I think it's been a big help there as well.
Absolutely. And it's just so long awaited for too. You guys worked to the best of your ability in that other building for 50 plus years?
Since 1953.
Right. So this was long overdue, and walking through it as a tax-paying citizen here in Alabaster, I am just thrilled with the way that they have worked with our resources and how efficient the room for growth right here in this building, I think, has just been incredible. We want our officers to always have the best of the best because they're going to be there for us during some of our darkest times, Chief, right?
That's
so
right.
we are so thankful for our Alabaster law enforcement officers.